Ladies and gentlemen, I've got something special for you today. You will see the trustees discussing the renaming of schools. Now, this renaming is extremely expensive to do. And really, what are you really getting out of it? Just kind of changing an entire system. You're overhauling all the documents, all the library books, everything that's labeled, all the whatever is required, including possibly any like corporate documents, formal documents as well. Everything has to be redone and put into the new system. This is a very, very costly endeavor. Now, during this meeting, Trustee Mike Ramsey gave his thoughts, and same with Trustee Bill Cody. And they were just talking about how unnecessary it is to rename. Now, this stuff was already done last year before Bill Cody was even part of the trustees. And right now they're just going ahead with renaming. But going forward, Trustee Mike Ramsey is unhappy about this. Now you're going to see the staff and the director basically say that renaming the school will reduce harm and increase academics. I don't really know how this is possible, and I would love to see a report of how much academics was increased before and after the school changed name, and how much harm was reduced after the school changed name. But as you can see, the director, Gioan Shaniqua, he basically always justifies the things that he does using the same trick over and over and over again, rinse and repeat. And that is, he plays the sexuality and race card and bringing harm, and then that suddenly just justifies everything, and he does not need to be accountable for anything that he says. I think what they're talking about is pretty ridiculous, and I want you to see it for yourself.
Chair, and I want to thank the superintendents for their work on the committee. Full disclosure, I think most people are aware that I am a former student of Eric Kaufman Public School. It's the first school I attended when I arrived in this country. That said, I also fully recognize that Mr. Kaufman, just some brief information, was honored in 1976 by Planned Parenthood of Ontario for his work in advancing access to birth control and family planning services. Mr. Kaufman was a member of the Waterloo Region Hall of Fame, or is a member of the Waterloo Region Hall of Fame. And in 1973, it was when Eric Kaufman Public School was named in his honor. I arrived at Eric Kaufman just after that. And so I say this and also had to reflect on Mr. Kaufman's contribution to this community and to the lives of many families that I grew up with in Waterloo Region that had worked in his plant at the corner of King and Victoria Streets. So I don't think that can go unrecognized. That said, I must state that I'm somewhat disappointed with I'm actually really disappointed with the process that led up to the development of the school renaming policy. As a member of the committee, I asked for the report that was paid for by taxpayers to better inform me as to what was taking place on the committee, and that was refused. It's fine, because you know what, that battle was lost last year. So that said, I also fully recognize and believe the administrators of Eric Kaufman, the current administrators, when they said that the kids, the current attendees of the school, were very excited with the new that was chosen for the school that was announced at an assembly. And I had also had to reflect on the fact that these were a certain amount of expectation was created within the school that this is going to happen. And so for that reason, even though I'm not fond of the process that led up to the decision to change the name, and not fond of the fact that I was denied access to that secret report that informed the decision to rename the school, I don't wish to disappoint the school population. And so I will be supporting the renaming. And if only it will get us back to be able to marshal the same resources that we marshaled to talk about renaming a school. I mean, the name wasn't jumping off the school preventing student learning and achievement, but if it will get us back to the conversations that we should be having and not be distracted by side issues instead of focusing on student learning and achievement. And I think Bill 98 is so timely to fix this. So that said, I will support the renaming, and I hope this is the last of it, and that we don't continue to get sidetracked from what the main function as a board is, and that is student learning and achievement. This is distracting, and I hope to just be done with this. The flawed process started last year, it continues now, and I hope it stops here with this renaming, and we just get back to student learning and achievement. I might have some more things to say. I'll hold on. Hear others. Thank you.
We have a commitment and an obligation to rename our schools through the lens of our continued commitment to human rights and equity, in addition to upholding the expectations of truth and reconciliation, particularly calls to action 62 and 63 that are really ensuring that we are not continuing to perpetuate or cause any future or further harm to Indigenous communities in the region and beyond.
Whose decision is it to change history and remove somebody's name from history because certain groups don't like this person's name? I think it's a really big expense, a lot of time wasted on a name. It's not going to improve the physical building structure. It's not going to physically improve the students' learning. I think it's a horrible waste of time and a horrible expense of money. And coming out of the school's capital budget to change uniforms, to change letterhead, to change signs. I just, the money could be well spent on something else rather than taking somebody's name off a history book because of a few people.
Through Chair to Trustee Cody, with regards to the impact of the name, I think it's really important. There's significant research that talks about children's sense of belonging and their ability to actually perform in school. So the ability to actually do well in terms of literacy and numeracy, and being in a school that's named after someone who from those same communities are perceived to be harmful. And so part of what Superintendent Hill was speaking to was the fact that as we grow and as we know more, we want to be able to do better. And if it is that children could be coming to school and feeling harmed or not even feeling safe to even come there, and we've had families and staff who've families and students who've referenced that to us, then our responsibility would be to make sure that they could, so that when they come to school, they would feel that sense of belonging and be able to learn. And so as part of our responsibility as staff to follow the motion, that was what we did. And while respectfully I could understand that there are considerations around finances, I think this is where as a board we put well-being of children first, to make sure that they can actually perform well in a school where they don't feel unsafe.
Well, let me know what you thought about that interaction, and I would love to hear your comments below. Share with other people, and please share this video so other parents can see, because I'm getting censored hard. And subscribe if you would like to keep up with these videos as I follow the school board closely. Until next time, take care.